Cheers, welcome to my channel. This is a timely tarot oracle reading about random shift. If you resonate with the title and or the thumbnail, this is the perfect reading for you. Delivered at the perfect time in timely fashion, courtesy of the universe through the language of synchronicity. This is a collective or general reading, so just be aware parts may or may not resonate. Take what works for you and leave the rest. And also, this is a timely reading, meaning if you're watching it at this time, it is the perfect time for you. Having said that, what was going on in your life back when I posted this, if it's been a while, that may give you further clarity as to your situation now. We're joined by my little co-pilot here, Stella, my little cat. Her job is to sit on my lap and purr and raise the vibration to a healing energy. She does an amazing job. She's already got happy feet. So we're in good paws now. Good morning, Stella. All right. Let's go for it. We have the underlying energy is the King of Wands. So this is someone who's very enthusiastic, looking forward to the future. The King of Wands energy he's one of 4 kings in the minor arcana. In the minor arcana. The King of Wands is considered to be the most sexy of all the kings, the kind of guy you wouldn't kick out of bed for eating crackers. And as a matter of fact, you could almost forgive him for anything because he's very charming and a lot of fun to be with, and is someone that always is more on the optimistic side. He has his element is the element of fire. And he has his wand here. It's made of wood and it's passionate. And he is looking into the future, always looking into the future for adventures and, finding new knowledge, new energy. The King of Wands, one thing I've that is on all of the Wands face cards, is, except for the Queen of Wands, is this salamander in a circle with the lions, and it's on their tunics, and this is on the back of his throne here. This actually represents protection from fire. And I noticed a while back that it looks like there's a face on the back of this, and there's 2 eyes and a nose with a mustache and smoke coming out of the mouth and the nose. And now I can't unsee it. And I feel like that could mean that, the king is smoking hot. Or it could possibly be that where there is smoke, there's fire. So the one thing about the King of Wands is he takes a little bit more time to mature in some ways. So his desire to look into the future and always be searching for new adventures can sometimes overlap his romantic love life. And so he's highly likely not to be a person who settles down until way later in life. So if there's smoke, there could be fire. And then we have the energy of, so this is being in a mental prison. So this person could walk away at any moment, but they can't because their mind won't let them. This is talking about, the swords in tarot represent the element of air, your thoughts. And your thoughts come from your mind and from your mental intelligence. And so this is talking about someone whose mind is in control of them rather than them in control of their mind. The energy is saying, I feel at one point there was way more water here. And water in the tarot, especially if it's rough water, is representing a lot of emotion, chaotic emotion. And so I feel that at one time there was way more emotion, but now this person has their right foot forward, so on dry land, so they're ready to take action. And their left foot is still in a puddle, but it's very shallow now. And it's not saying that they have shallow emotions, it's just saying that there's way less emotion attached to the thoughts. And so she's gaining clarity, one thought at a time. So she has 7 thoughts behind her, and this one is the one that she's getting ready to take action on. Okay, now I know what I'm going to do. And it's taken a while. She feels, she's bound up here and feels duty bound and can't really see a way out of the situation like that. There's no good out, basically. There's nothing that's going to be able to, she's not going to be able to deal with this in a way where someone doesn't get hurt or something like that. It's just the way it is, and she's come to accept that. Now the swords behind her can represent the thoughts that she's had when she was more emotional, and she's worked through those. And also it can be thoughts of other people that they're talking behind her back, or what they're directing towards her. This is talking about, yeah, immature competition. So this is my Mean Girls card. So there's not that many cards in the tarot that feature the adolescent energy. The pages for sure, but this energy is a bunch of adolescents arguing and fighting with their wands, taking action against each other. And it's just basically, this card represents immature competition. Think about narcissistic cheerleaders at a competition, and they can see the other team won, like they're better than them. They just are, and everybody can see it, but they don't care. They want that trophy, and they'll do anything to get that trophy. And if they aren't successful, their mothers will pull strings behind the scenes to make sure they are. So this is the kind of energy, immature competition. As you mature, you start to realize that any competition you're in, whether that be for a position at a job, or if it's at a competition like an actual contest of or a sporting event, etc., that you really are not in competition with anyone but yourself. If you can keep your shift together under stress and discipline your mind, and then you're going to go out there and you're going to have the best, a better performance than you did the last time. And so if every time you perform, you're even just 1% better, you're going to eventually excel. And the energy here is just talking about, instead of trying to beat the other team, be inspired by them. If they're doing something better than you, figure out how they're doing it. Watch them and learn from them. You can learn from the competition and be inspired by it, rather than being disgruntled and wasting a bunch of your time and energy on a trophy. And then we have the energy of the Hangman. So the Hangman is hanging from the tree of knowledge, because this is the energy that she's gone into to fight this energy. And she's now like hanging from the tree of knowledge upside down with this last thought here. Okay, how am I going to do it? And she's looking at it from every angle, even upside down, so that she can get a clear picture. Okay, this is the best way to go. This is all I can do. And so when the aura around her head lights up, she's going to come out of this position and move forward and take action. And this is disappointment for sure. And that was the emotion that was holding her back, being so disappointed. And this represents romantic love. We were talking about the King of Wands earlier. Now this could be you, the King of Wands energy, or it could be someone the King of Wands was dating, that kind of energy. This person is disappointed. So cups in tarot represent love, and generally romantic love, but it could be love for anyone or anything. And it also could be love for something you love to do or be. And so this could be like maybe you've been in 3 competitions and you haven't won yet. And you're like, I don't want to go in another competition. The universe is saying, go in another competition. You're like, no, I like if it's more of the same old, I'm just going to give up. I'm not good enough, or whatever that energy feels like. And that's, this person is young, so why give up now? You don't want to give up on love when you're like 18. Doesn't make sense. So we're just going to, another scenario could be possibly that you were in a couple and there was a third party involvement, someone was cheating, and worst case scenario, there was also the most beautiful gift of all, a baby, but it's not yours kind of energy. And then, or you're pregnant and your partner took off with someone else, that kind of energy. It also can be that you have given someone 3 chances and they're asking, please just give me one more chance. And you're like, no, 3 strikes, you're out, I'm done, I'm out of here. So this energy quite often is about romantic love, but you could be in a business, a partnership with someone, or it could be a family member, and you're just done. You're done. Did I say that enough times? 4 times. we have the shift disturber. So yes, the shift disturber, it's implying like this is talking about a relationship where two people are involved, and he's sneaking away with 5 swords here. Now, this energy is a walking contradiction, and he is looking backwards over his shoulder at the past. So he's sneaking around on his tiptoes here, but it's broad daylight, like anyone can see him. And so if he's a thief, he's not a thief in the night, he's a thief in broad daylight. And which means that he's probably doing white collar crime. The swords represent your thoughts, and your thoughts are either written or verbalized. And if he's doing paperwork in his office, no one's going to know that, what kind of a thief he is. So this can represent white collar crime, like theft, identity theft, forgery, money laundering, all sorts of, the kind of paperwork energy. Paperwork thievery. And then this is talking about he's moving forward, but he's not looking where he's going. And on top of it all, these 5 swords that he's got in his hands here, look how he's carrying them. Like, who carries swords like that? These are very sharp. He's not looking where he's going. If he trips, he could lose his hands. And if he's that dangerous with his own energy, do you really believe that he's going to be safe with yours? I doubt it. And so this energy, it's a walking contradiction. If you have anything to do with this person, you really do want to make sure that, any contracts or agreements, that you dot your I's, cross your T's, you have someone look over it. Also, this card can represent the 7-year itch. So, and we've got 8 swords here, and 7 are behind this person. I feel like this energy is saying, like, this is representing these swords, and they've gone one step too far. Like, it's like, you're done with this relationship. It's like, the 7-year itch is a phenomena where people have a tendency to, like, statistically, that if people don't get divorced in the first year, when they realize, man, I had no idea what marriage is about, I'm out of here. I'm not suited for this. Or their partner is like, you're not suited for this. Or around 7 or 8, between the 7th and 8th year, people have a tendency, that's when they tend to get divorced more than any other time. And they call it the 7-year itch. Marilyn Monroe was actually in a movie about that. And so the 7-year itch is when someone steps outside of the marriage quite often and causes an ending to it. It also has a tendency, like, it's really interesting because when they looked into this phenomena, why is it 7 years? It's also about real estate, like purchasing a home. A lot of times, some people will just, every 7th year, they'll move. It doesn't matter. Like, they may love the house or whatever, and then one day they wake up and it's been 7 years and they're like, I'm out of here. And it's the same with business. So you could have a business partner that did that kind of energy regarding, and maybe you love your business and they just up and left you with the bills and everything and all of that kind of energy. So that's the kind of energy that you're dealing with right here. So let's see what else is going on. We have, there's going to be an energetic upgrade. So the Magician is coming out. The Magician is card number 1 in the Major Arcana. The first card is the 0 card, where the Fool begins a new journey at the 0 point. And that's when they're wanting to bring their thoughts down into physical matter. And this is saying you have infinite potential, to the power of infinity and beyond. You have everything you need to be able to create a beautiful garden on planet Earth. Here are the tools. They're not all hammers. There's, each tool has its purpose. And one thing you may have noticed, if you have, garden tools and you leave them laying around in the yard, they just don't get up and do the work for you. You have to actually put some of your energy into it. So that's what this card is saying. You got to know you have to learn how to use the tools in the best way. You have to look after the tools. You have to put them back in the shed when you're done with them, so when it rains, they don't get wrecked. That kind of energy. And so this is an energetic upgrade, though. The situation is changing now that you have come out of this mental prison. This energy, you figured it out, like, this is what I'm going to do. And I do feel that this is those 7 swords. And this is the one that you are going to take action with. And this is saying that there's some earth angel energy here, Temperance regard is the card, in the Bible. Temperance talks about, your state of mind, basically your ability to be able to discipline yourself and your emotions and your mind, getting your mind to work for you instead of against you, not letting your emotions run you. And so this is like how you because to stay on your designated path, on your divine path, your path of glory, you have to have a lot of patience, because God has his own timing, which is very different from the timing of planet Earth. It's only in planet Earth that we have linear time. So in the Bible it says there's 144,000 angels that come down to Earth, and they're in human form, so that they can participate and learn from the energy, but at the same time as human beings, but they have a high vibration of an angel. And so this is talking about this angel wants to stay on her path, and she's got her foot in the universal waters using alchemy, her own alchemy, adding her own special spiritual gifts to the universal pool. And then she is grounding that onto earth, and where her left foot is grounded, there's some beautiful flowers growing there already. Okay, so this is about staying on your path of glory. And then there's some communication coming in regarding pentacles. So the pentacles in tarot represent health, wealth, and happiness. It's a big part of that, of course, in the third dimensional world is money. And so the pentacle energy is represented by a coin. Now, having said this, you could have all the money in the world and still not be living the lifestyle that you want to live. So this is talking about living a beautiful lifestyle. The pages would start working for the king and queen very young, around 7 to 14. They would come from the surrounding families, the upper class families that were well educated, and they would be trained, how to work in the palace and the rules and all of that. But their main job would be to deliver communication back and forth through the palace. So this card, a page card, represents communication. When they're 21, if they were really good at what they were doing, and they were well suited, they would be considered possibly for knighthood, but they would have to have enough money to purchase a horse for themselves. So this is talking about some information coming in about lifestyle, maybe some money, something to do with work or love. In this situation, I feel like it could be about love, and it could be about something that you're working on that you love to do, and it could be a family member, or there's not a lot of this could be quite a few different scenarios. It could be both, someone you love and that you're doing business with, that kind of energy. Anytime that you're in a committed relationship, you're basically, especially marriage, it's a legal contract, so it's your money is mixed. What one partner does definitely has a huge effect on the other. And so this energy, in the old days, it would always be the information, the communication would come in person. But these days, we have so many ways of communicating, and one of those, it could be in person, but it also could be a letter in the mail. It could be a phone call, a text message, an email. You could be on social media. Someone messages you. You see an event posted and you decide, I'm going to go. You get there and you meet someone, and it's the perfect person for you to meet. That they have all the answers that you need. And another good idea to get to be on the side of understanding what's going on in your own life is to take a look what's going on in the big picture, what's happening at the top of the pyramid with the leaders of the world, what's going on there. Whatever's going on there is definitely going to affect everybody underneath on some level or another. And so it's good to know, even it can be really challenging to look at the news, but just for 5 minutes even, and make sure that you get a good source, because there's a lot of AI and that kind of energy out there. There always has been. There's a lot of times the information from the top, the news that is people have a tendency traditionally to rely on is actually paid for by the government that is in that country. So, and some, you know, so it's one-sided news basically. So make sure you get find a source of news that is reliable. I find my news on YouTube. That's how I, you know, from different, I check it out against all sorts of people. You know, okay, this is the mainstream news is saying this. What are some of the my favorite podcasters saying? And generally you can get a pretty good sense of what's going on. So the energy here is talking about being a wounded warrior. Yes, it takes time sometimes to go through, you know, this is talking about taking action, and there's eight wands planted, and I feel like that's this energy. And this is a new energy though now. Like now that you've decided what you're going to do, you're moving forward, you're leaning on this action, on this wand. And it's the one closest to your heart, and the bandage is off the eyes now, and you're ready to take a really good look and be, you know, on the lookout. This is saying, okay, I'm ready to take action. I'm exhausted. I've been through the mill, but I am willing to continue. Now, when we look at the magician, he's saying when this information comes in and you sit on it, then you will be ready to take action. So that's what's happening here. As above, so below. And then a cup of love comes in. Well, there we go. So it was about love and business, something you love and someone you love. So yeah, once you walk away from this energy of disappointing love and you realize, hey, this is the knight in shining armor coming in here with a cup of love. So this is communication. Someone has their eye on you. They want to ask you out. Or if you've been dating someone, they want to take the commitment to a higher level. And this also could be, you know, if it's not about your romantic love, it could represent a partner. Maybe you find a new partner that, you know, you go to that event and hey, this person's like, wow, what a great idea. I've been looking for something to invest in, you know, and you hit it off and there you go. And maybe it's even someone that you love too. You know, that kind of energy. So it could work out really well. There's two sides to every pentacle coin. And so from the bottom to the top and back down again, what I'm getting is that's efficiency. So this is talking about once you make up your mind, then you're ready to move forward. But you've been through a lot. It was an emotional battle with you, and having to really discipline your mind and say, no, I'm not getting back into the worry loop. I'm going to start using, the thing is about the swords is that they're double-edged. You have to use your intuition as well as your logic to come to creative solutions. And so you realize that, and that's what you started doing, and then you got back on your destined path. That's when the pentacles start coming in, when you're on your path, because God and the universe are not going to supply you with a lot of pentacles when this person is just going to sneak away with it. This way, you know, you don't have that much to lose. Now you do. So now, but your vibration is higher now, and you're attracting someone else that is, you know, that has a solid offer instead of someone that's, you know, a shift disturber, just stirring the pot, not really wanting to. The problem is they don't really have anything that they are that interested in that they're willing to work for. So they meddle in other energies, and then they end up causing problems that are like can be monumental. And this has really put you through the thing. So this could represent like this happening over almost a decade of energy. And you're just done. Like bye shift disturber, go do your shift somewhere else. I'm done. I feel like this person is asking for another chance, and you're like, no way. I'm not putting up with any more of your shift. And this is talking about, on some level, it's kind of sad because it's talking about the possibilities were there, but this person was immature. And they got in competition with their own partner in business or in a relationship or both. Like this person actually was in competition with you, and you didn't even realize, you know, when you didn't realize it until a lot of damage was done. So that's the energy. It's sad when you have to be in competition with your partner because you're jealous because maybe people look, you know, whatever the reason is. It's showing like a lack of maturity, that's all. So not necessarily someone that's trying to be difficult, but they just are. They have some growing up to do. So you've moved on here, and so this is good energy. You're ready for some good shift. All right, let's see what's going on for those of you who are leaving this reading now. Yeah, it's pretty clear. You know, good work. You went inward, you figured out what it is, you worked through the emotions, you disciplined your mind, and now you're in a much better position. I feel like the King of Wands is like, yay, now I can finally offer this person a cup of love. That kind of energy. All right. For those of you who want further clarity, if you have enjoyed this reading and you're leaving now, please give it a like and comment. It really helps me out. I appreciate it. All right. For those of you who would like further clarity, I'm just tuning in here. I'm using my Oracle, Tales from the Vector. TAILS. I started working on this in 2007. In 2020, I completed all 64 paintings. It's from the Intergalactic Federation of Light. There's some very big paintings that are from Dragons from the Future. I've been having a lot of fun with it. Now I have time finally to just work on my, work on a channel. I wanted to get out there and put these cards in action, see how they work before I write up the information that goes with them. And so I do have a website, talesfromthevector.com, and the numbers on these cards represent the paintings that are in the order they are in my gallery on my website. I will put the cards in the order, the numbers that they appear here, so you know which paintings to look for if you're interested in looking. The information will be in the description box below. All right, so we have this energy that's saying you're a star, and this energy here is also a star. And this is talking about both of you being able to empower each other to stay on your path of glory when you get together, which is awesome. And this brings in a whole new world. Yay! This is good energy. By the way, yeah, like this is like a cycle ended basically. So however long you've been with this person, and it looks like it might be 7 years because of the energy, you know, here. This is the 9th year now that you're leaning on the 9th action here. And so this is talking about, it's a whole new world. That cycle is over. You're done with that. You're done with the immature competition. You've started using your intuition, and you realized, oh, okay, you're following your North Star energy, which is what the star energy is all about. And the magician energy, that's when it comes in after you go inward, and you get balance between, you balance your emotions in your mind so that they're working together in your best interest instead of you fighting with the energy. And so this is an energetic upgrade, and the energetic upgrade is confirmed here. And it's talking about, yes, when you go inward like this, that's when the pentacles start coming in, giving you the ability to move forward and as an emperor. So the emperor is all about performance. The emperor is all 4 kings rolled into one person from the minor arcana and becomes an emperor. So this is like, the emperor is like, wears his armor underneath his robe to get up and take advantage of any opportunity at any given time. And I feel like that's the energy that this King of Wands is in now. He can see, wow, he's noticing this person. Wow, look at them. Look at them go. And this is someone that he really is interested in dating and maybe getting to know better, because he really admires that about you, that, wow, like, why he's probably been watching this energy from afar and just thinking, wow, like this is someone that's really getting their shift together. And there's other people that are jealous, of course, because it's a karmic space that anyone can fall into. But you have decided, even though all this shift has happened, that you would rather be better than bitter. And so that's the energy. Perception. Your partner felt like the grass was greener on the other side. Now they're finding out it's fake. Be careful of this energy wanting to come back in, and hey, let's give it one more chance. Let's just, where is that energy? Right here. No, thank you. You've shown me the first time who you are, and I give you 2 other chances after that. You're not having a 4th chance. No way. Not with my energy. I'm done. I'm on to other things. The Hierophant has stepped in, and this is traditional structure. This is about, I want structure in my life. And the Hierophant is responsible for bringing structure into people's lives. It's that kind of energy. It comes from the spiritual realm down to the physical, where, you know, there's 3 levels of being a Hierophant, and, you know, you're an apprentice, and then you become accomplished, and then you're become a leader, and that's the kind of energy you're in now. And this King of Wands has noticed, and they're offering you a cup of love now. You're not interested in going back to the past. You've done your inner work. This person needs to do their inner work so that they can upgrade their energy as well. And so this is talking about, the blessing. The Hierophant has his right hand in the form of a blessing. And this is talking about the blessing coming in. Awesome energy. This is really good energy. I do hope you've enjoyed this. I have. Please do like and comment. It helps build my channel. I really appreciate it. Consider subscribing. I would be honored if you did so. And I will be back with another reading about random shift for you soon. Bye for now. Oh my goodness. You are a good little purr.